Morning guys, warm welcome back to Allotment. It's Sunday, the 25th of July 2021, and we've got some good news for you today. I've just got Curtis in the shed here with me. He's sitting having his little picnic before we make a start. We've done fed all the water, all the birds, and they're all sorted out now. Topped up the corn bins and the water bottles, and that's all sorted. Got the kettle on as usual. We're going to have our early morning cup of coffee. And yesterday I was mentioning about some trees I had ordered. Now I still haven't had any correspondence from the original order that I was telling you about, this company who I've heard nightmares about. But on a positive note, I ordered 2 mandarin, a lemon, a lime, from a company called Dobies, who I've used in the past. And to say that I'm happy with my purchase is an absolute understatement. I'm going to show you those trees a little bit later on when we've had the cup of coffee. They arrived in almost pristine condition. Very well packaged. Moreover, I only ordered them on Thursday. They were delivered yesterday afternoon, as you heard me say on the last video. We got them unboxed and we left them on the backyard all night. Then we popped them in the car and we brought them up to the allotment this morning. So, absolutely delighted. At the same time, on the Thursday, I ordered from another company who I've used in the past, called Garden. And by the way, this is not a promotional video. I'm not getting paid. It's not sponsored in any way, shape or form. I purchased these plants. It's just to give you guys out there, if you're looking for quality plants, of 2 reputable companies where you can buy them, guys. So Garden. From there we ordered a apricot, and it's not the best specimen in the world, but it's healthy, it's alive, and it arrived within 2 days. Then we ordered a 3 variety apple tree, which is 3 different varieties grafted onto one stem. Again, it wasn't fantastic quality, but it was healthy, and I'm happy with the purchases, by the way. And then the last one was a cherry bush, and for the price it's a bit on the small side, but again it's healthy and I'm happy overall. And I've ordered from both these companies in the past. Right, sorry about that guys. As always, when I'm in the middle of recording videos, I get a phone call from, and it can be from anybody at all. I have to keep trying to cut these out. I can't always get an exact cut and get it out altogether. I can't even remember what I was saying now. But yeah, so these 2 particular companies I use, and this particular time ordering from them, I was really impressed. Really impressed. In fact, so impressed that we went back to Dobies again last night when I seen how good these plants were, and I've ordered another 2. So we got a lemon, a lime, 2 mandarin that's arrived. The lime has about 10 fruits on it already. Well impressed, but they did say the mandarins and the lemon won't fruit for 18 months. But what I really like about these particular ones is they're actually on a tree trunk, grafted onto a tree trunk, and they're dwarf, and they'll only reach 6 feet in 10 years, and that's even if you planted them in the ground. Really nice specimens they are, guys. We'll give you a look at them when we go around with them. So I've now ordered a grapefruit and an orange as well, grafted onto the tree, the really firm tree trunks, and I'm looking forward to them. With a bit of luck they'll be here Monday or Tuesday, if the service is anything as good as it was on my last order. Gonna have this cup of coffee, stop babbling, and we'll give you a look around later. Just a quick update in the polytunnel, guys. I've stopped all of the tomatoes, just about every one now, I think. I don't want them to get any bigger than this sort of thing. But as you can see, the tigerellas are now starting to colour up, and we have a couple of ripe ones. I might pick those little ones off later today. Getting really good trusses full of tomatoes here. Little grapevine still going in the bottom corner here, getting established. But yeah, everything's looking really good in here. We've still got odd onions in here, some that we just left, and we'll let them get a little bit more size, although they are starting to fall over now, so we'll harvest them shortly. I actually, when I picked the onions yesterday, I actually seen there was a beetroot still left in there, 2 even, but I might just leave them. Little cucumber, it was swamped out by the onions, it wasn't really getting a chance, but it is now starting to grow. We've got a string on it and we're getting 1 or 2 little cucumbers coming on it. Thanks to Terry for the tip about these big beef steaks. He's right, they are very unsightly on the bottom. However, he says they're perfectly edible, and that's a normal process for these big beefsteak tomatoes. So we'll leave them this time. We won't cut them out. And just so you can see size of some of these, there we go, look at that. It's bigger than an apple, and those 2 are about the size of an apple there. He's right, they are a bit unsightly, some better than others. But the bigger they get, they tend to like split on the bottom, but that's not due to any water or anything, it's just the nature of them. Oh wow, I think we've just found a cucumber that needs harvested as well. I didn't even see that. Got an aubergine here, still trying to make it, but it's being swamped out, just a bit too close to that tomato plant there. This is one of the F1 Crimson Crush. And that's one, and that's one. They're actually growing slower than the rest of the plants, and they're supposed to be an early variety. However, they were later going in, but they're certainly taking their time. But they are getting there now, guys. They're starting to come on now. I'll just wind it up one. There we go. This is the melon. It is growing, but I don't think it's going to make it in this pot, guys. I just haven't the time to spend for the melon, really, to be honest. No fault of the plant, it's my fault. The courgette still doing magnificently in the pot. 1 or 2 leaves yellowing on the bottom now, but that's just because it's old. Another beefsteak. Even though we've stopped this, it's still trying on the end of the trusses. I've just snapped that off to put out even more off the end of the truss. So we're just stopping that now, guys. It's finished. There's a big sucker, needs to come off. Yeah, you've got to keep on top of the suckers, as you very well know. This is another, no, this isn't a beefsteak. This one here is a one that I grew from seed. It's Alicante. And then we've got another Alicante here, and another Alicante here, and then we've got, I think this one's a Tigerella, Tigerella, and Tigerella. So just a quick look around in the polytunnel, guys. Everything's flourishing nicely in here. By the way, guys, I would experiment with spraying these with that mixture that we made up on an earlier video. That's the result. They're all dead. Don't do it. Right, guys, it's quite late in the afternoon now. It's about 3 o'clock, and we've just been, me and Curtis have just been working away, finishing or doing some more on the fruit cage. It's been absolutely ridiculously hot. We have to keep dodging in and getting it cool, getting a bit of a drink, and then coming out and doing a little bit more. Yes, it's taken a long time, and it shouldn't take half as long, but it is because of the weather. So I just wanted to show you these trees, guys. So here you'll see, this is a mandarin, and you can see the health and condition of these, hopefully. Next to that we have a lemon, a Eureka lemon, and again, look at how beautiful these are. Nice big thick stems. And then we have a lime tree, and with a bit of luck you can see all the limes on this tree. Again, nice big thick trunk. Yes, they're still in the boxes, keeping the sun off them basically, and the plastic bags around the bottom to keep them moist. We haven't got them fully unboxed yet. We got them out of the car first thing this morning, and we got them sat in the sunshine because they've been covered up. And this is an apricot, but as you can see, one side, I don't know if one side of it died on the grafting or whether they cut that off to fit it in the box, but those wounds look pretty old. But it is grafted on this side and everything's fine except just a little bit of scorching on the tips of the leaves here. And then we've got a cherry bush, rather spindly, but nonetheless, once it's planted out and fills out, it should be fine. And then we've got our apple tree, which as you can see has got 3 different grafts onto it. Red leaf variety and then 2 green leaf varieties. But overall, I'm pleased with the orders. So these 3 here are from Yew Garden, and the citrus are from Dobies. They're absolutely magnificent specimens, these guys, and I'm not displeased with these, but the price of those and the quality of those aren't quite as good as these. Nonetheless, we still have one more to show you, and this one here is another mandarin. Mandarin. And again, that one's just down there because we didn't have the room over there. So Curtis is just going to move all these into the tree house for me now, because the weather is set to turn perhaps midweek. Now, as you can see, we still haven't got the windows finished off. I'm waiting for the double-sided Velcro to arrive, so I can't do that until that happens. But we're going to put them in there just to protect them more from the wind, because the wind's now starting to get up. So if you want to start and take that down there for me now, Curtis, please. So we'll get our Curtis. He's been a great hand, been a great help. He came up here and helped Grandad yesterday. Yeah, that's that one, please. Just put them in on the path, if you could, please, Curtis. And he's starting to move them into there for me now. So we're going to just put them in there just to give them a bit of protection from the strong winds, because they, as you can see, they don't come up above to window level. And yes, we're getting plenty of breeze in there now, so it'll just be nice for them. So Curtis is just going to move all of these trees in there for me now. Can you manage that big box or not, Kurt? No, it's not heavy, it's just awkward. I'll do the big one. All right. Yeah. And then we want them two little ones that's on there as well, in there, back in there, because they're getting blue all over the place. All right, son. So Curtis is going to do that for me. And whilst he's doing that, we'll give you a little look at what we got done on the walking brassica cage stroke. Yeah, just right on cue. Plant protection, cockerel in the background. So you can see what happened here is we had, obviously, where the netting is, where the barrier netting has holes in. Now I know Terry had mentioned, Terry saws these up, but I don't have a sewing machine, I don't have the time at the moment, and so I had to try and think of a way we could do this. So what I had done, I had some 3-foot barrier netting, which only had the holes at the top and the bottom. So we've given it a second layer on the bottom. One, it'll give us extra shade, a little bit more shade on the bottom. Cockerel. But more importantly, you can see it now covers these holes. So I'm hoping that's going to be sufficient to keep that at bay, guys. And then of course, what will happen here as well is, I mean, a couple more staples in there just to lift that, and then we're going to put another lat across all of these. I just wanted to get the cover on for the time being for now, and that's exactly what we've done. So we've also got the back done as well now, as you can see, and we've got the roof done as well. And this is just a long tail end, which I'm not too bothered about, will be cut off at the end, because we've still got to put another lat on the outside of this, one in the middle and one on the bottom. We're just getting it covered to start with, guys. And excuse me. So from in the side, you can see we've got the roof covered as well. Now I did use the pond netting to start off with, but I wasn't happy with it. The holes were still too big, and I thought, nah, not a lot of point. So I'd started to put it on, we pulled it back off, and we ended up going with the barrier net in the end. Now then, I still have the holes obviously in the top here, and I thought, how could I do this and close these ones off? Now it's up. Because as I said, sawing it out of the question, I haven't got 645,000 cable ties for to cable tie them all together. So what I have got is I've got some broad timbers, some broad wood. So what we'll do is we'll run off length of timber from runner to runner to runner to runner to runner to runner to the back, and we'll screw them on, and then we will staple underneath here to the broad board, and that should seal that off as well, guys. That's the only invention I could come up with basically that will make this work. But like I say, so where we have the holes from the bottom one, you can't actually put your finger through because the second netting, yeah, it's more expense. But because I have the materials lying around anyways, I just opted for this as a quick fix. And hopefully it's going to work, guys. So, yeah. That's where we are. We still need to make the door casings on the door and then finish the sides. And then that's it done. And I can go around putting the lats on the outside over the top of the netting at any point at all. We can at least then get the plants put out. So I'm going to try and get this bit finished today, but I may not. It's already 3 p.m. and to be honest, the pair of us are flagging with the heat. Curtis has now put the plants inside there. I'm actually going to leave the cardboard boxes round them and the plastic bags round there until I've got more time to sort them out. And as you see, we had a bit of a tidy up in here. We've still got the back window out. We're going to velcro these down. We make some casing round. But for now I just want them in here to take the worst of the wind off them, and as you can see they've settled down a bit now. But there is now a slight breeze, which is just ideal for them. And although actually I maybe will take them out of the pots and take those plastic bags off, or they'll sweat too much, especially with the citrus. And then we'll end up with a fungus. So yeah, I probably will take them out of the bags, guys. And then maybe sit them back in the box as a sun protection to stop the compost drying out. But yeah, really, really, really pleased with these plants. And as I said, we've got a grapefruit and an orange coming around about the size of this lemon, I think, or the lime, whichever. But they're all pretty, so these are pretty much the same. The lemon is the biggest specimen, and it's a really, really nice one, that. The other ones we put outside are still doing really well, and they aren't, and they're faring okay. The grapevine is still looking a little bit sorry for itself, but it is pulling round, I think. It's getting a bit scorched on the leaves for the sudden change to direct sunshine. But all the other trees that we put outside are still looking well. In fact, the lemon flowers have now opened up again. They've all opened up now. So we've got another, that's our second flush of lemon foliage, guys. They just seem to be on this one side this time. They were all over earlier in the season, but they just appear to be on those two branches there. Can't see any anywhere else. No. I think they're benefiting from being outside with the wind blowing through them. These are a bit more established, these trees, so we'll keep an eye on them. We might get them back in the polytunnel again before the rain comes on Tuesday, I think. So I might come up here tomorrow night and move those back into the polytunnel, I don't know yet. So A bit more progress, nothing major, but we're getting there slowly but surely. And Curtis is now finished doing that. Those two little lemon trees on the over there, Kurt. See those two tall pale green ones? You can put them two back in for me as well, please. That's the ones, lad, yeah. I would do them one at a time because even though they're small, they're quite heavy, they've got a lot of soil in. Good lad, thank you. And then once we've got that done, we'll crack on and get a bit more done on this cage, eh? Right guys, it's 6:30 p.m. Where does the time go? Curtis went about half an hour ago. I've just been sitting in here. That's my second cup of coffee, trying to rehydrate. Curtis went about 6 p.m. and we've given him his wages and he's away, happy as Larry. So he's gone, he's been a good help. He's done all sorts of little odds and sods for me. But when I have to keep stopping because of my health, he was getting a bit bored and I was trying to find jobs for him that he could do on his own. So he's done some good weeding for me as well. So he's went round getting all the weeds out of the paths and blitzing the numbers on them. So we've got those right down as well. So that's a great little job, that. Cracking job. Well done, Curtis. Grandad's pleased with you. So he wants to know if he can come up through the week as well. Every day through the week. But unfortunately Grandad's working all week. And we've been teaching him all sorts of little things, how we do things and why we do that and how plants grow and one thing and another. And he basically turned around and said to me, well, I don't need to go to school now, Grandad, because you can teach me everything. I wish I could, son. Yeah, well done, Curtis. Delighted with the work you've done and how much you've helped Grandad. So we did eventually get the walking cage completed. I say completed, it's completed for now, but I am absolutely exhausted and I didn't get those seedlings in. And to be honest, some of them have gone to seed and they're going to be through away anyways. We'll have to start again with some things. But we might salvage half a dozen of each, potentially. So I was really wanting to get them in today, but by the time we got finished, I was just too tired. So we've watered them again, try and keep them hanging on another 24 hours or so. But what I did is we've got the door frame made, we've got the mesh on the front as well. And for the door, for the time being, what I've done is I just made like a roll down door with a weighted bottom that can be basically just pulled down and dropped down and keep it there, and I can just open, like pull it back in, walk in for the time being, because I haven't had time to make the frame. It's only going to be a light frame door out of slate and lats and that mesh, then it's finding the hinges, etc. So I just want to get it completed. So I'm hoping tomorrow after work, an hour, come up here, get in there, salvage whatever I can out of those plants and get them in the beds, get them watered in and then leave them to go. And we can make the door and put the final touches to it, put the extra outside lats on, all at leisure. We've basically got the structure up and potentially usable as it is for now. So I didn't video it because I was just so exhausted, and by the time we'd tidied all the tools away and got Curtis over here for his mum to collect, yeah, we just didn't video it. I came straight in here for a drink, and that's my second one, as I said. The cockle's doing a lot of noise today. This is next door's cockle, not mine. My cockle hardly crows at all. It's next door that side and next door that side. It's their cockles that do all the shouting. Mine, it's a really good cockle. It hardly ever crows. Really good cockle. One of the best I've ever owned. Anyways, that's it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed today's little video. Wherever you are in the world, please stay safe. Be practical. Keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, dislike, or leave a comment in the sections below. I'll see you again in the next video.